Hello, it's day 45.
Of the 29th year and beyond.
So today, Gail and I want to touch on being able to truly communicate love to your spouse.
Yes.
And a book that she and I really found very beneficial is called Five Love Languages by Dr. Gary Chapman. Within this book, Dr. Chapman addresses that there are mainly five areas that really convey love. So he talks about words of affirmation, acts of service, quality time, gifts, and physical touch.
That's right. And being able to communicate with your significant other effectively, you really sort of need to understand what the other person's love language is. For me, one of my love languages is definitely acts of service. When Fred keeps the lawn mowed and he keeps the clothes washed, because that's his hang up, not mine, it makes me very happy.
Well, it's important to know your love language, but it's also important to know your spouse's love language, because you may, and within this book, you may be able to identify of the five love languages that you have multiples, and that's fine. There always will be a dominant one, the one that is most meaningful, most significant for you. But you need to understand what your dominant love language is and your spouse's dominant love language, because if it's something different, you're not knocking yourself out. Let's say, again, she's talking about acts of service. Well, I'm giving her gifts. Well, that's not her thing. She could care less about the possessions and what I bought and whatnot. It's acts of service. For me, one of mine is quality time. So, you can do one of the other things, but if I'm not getting the quality time, then it's not love for me. And that's what's really key. You want to make certain that you are communicating love to your partner in the way that they understand and can identify love.
Agreed. And I strongly suggest for any couple that's either you've been married, if you're in turmoil right now, if you're a couple that's considering getting married or whatever, if you haven't read this book, I suggest you get 2 copies, one for each person, and read it together. Say we're going to tackle chapter 1 and read it together, because I really believe that this is a tool that can solidify your ability to communicate effectively and understand where the other person's coming from.
Absolutely. Because if you love this person, you want them to understand that you love them, and it has to be the way in which it's in the way that they would understand it, not the way that you want to convey it, but the way that they will receive the fact that you love me. Because again, if it's about, let's say, giving gifts, and that's not her thing, but if it was about giving gifts and I'm never giving her gifts, then you don't love me. And if it's for me, physical touch, but she's never around to touch me, to hold my hand, kiss me, none of that, then you don't love me. And in your mind, you're thinking, of course I love you because I'm doing A, B, and C. But if you're not doing it in the manner in which it resonates with my love language, then what that equates to is you don't love me. So that's why it's incredibly important to understand what your love language is, what your spouse's love language is, and to be able to communicate to one another in a manner that they will be able to receive it clearly.
Exactly. I just love the idea of understanding someone's love language so clearly that in everything that you do, you can equate how to communicate with them. And so both of us, we love quality time. So, whenever we're thinking about doing anything, our time off, our days off, what can we do together?
Yeah.
Even if it's cleaning the house.
Yep. So, this is something that we just offer you as a resource.
As a tool.
Dr. Gary Chapman, 5 Love Languages. Hopefully you will find it very valuable. I know we have, because at the end of the day, getting back to communication and connection.
Yes.
When you love someone, they need to know that you love them. It's nice to hear the I love yous, but it's more important to experience them.
Right. They need to know it in the language that they speak, English. If you're American, not in some foreign language that they don't understand. And that's where the 5 love languages really comes into play.
So hopefully this will be helpful for you. Thank you for your time. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow if the Lord says the same.
Bye.